everybody, it's Indah Melindasari again, registered migration agent at ONEderland Consulting. I hope you are all keeping safe, sound and healthy. Please subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the latest information regarding Australian migration and visas. For most migrants coming to Australia, the end goal is to get permanent resident, which can come after a long pathway, for example, from student visa to skilled migration visa. However, there is another step after permanent resident that can be considered: gaining citizenship. You may be asking yourself, if you already have all the benefits of PR, is there really any point in applying for Australian citizenship? Well, want to know more? In this video, I will explain the citizenship application process and the differences between permanent resident and citizenship. Eligibility requirements for citizenship. The basic requirements for citizenship are: you must be a permanent resident, an eligible New Zealand citizen, and you must meet the following requirements: residence requirements, character requirements, language requirements, pass the citizenship test, live in or have a close and continuing link to Australia. There is no age requirement for citizenship. In fact, if you are aged over 60 years, then you do not need to sit the citizenship test. So, in contrary to the usual age requirement for a visa, there is a benefit to being older when applying for citizenship. Let me get into a bit more detail about some of the requirements. First, to be an eligible permanent resident, you must have been living in Australia on a valid visa, including bridging visas, in between visas for the past 4 years, a permanent resident or eligible New Zealand citizen for the past 12 months, away from Australia for no more than 12 months in total in the past 4 years, including no more than 90 days in total in the past 12 months. To be an eligible New Zealand citizen, you have to have been in Australia on a 26 February 2001 on a special category visa, or were in Australia on a special category visa for 12 months in the 2 years before 26 February 2001, or were assessed as a protected special category visa holder and were issued a Centrelink certificate that states you were living here at a particular time. There are certain exemptions for the resident requirement, and it can be assessed on your individual case. But the general exemptions for the resident requirements are: if you are under 16 years old, were born to a former Australian citizen who lost their citizenship before 4th of April 2002, were born in Papua before 16 September 1975, and one of your parents was born in Australia and was an Australian citizen when you were born. For those applying for citizenship that are over the age of 18, you will have to meet the character requirements. This is assessed to see whether you're likely to uphold and obey the laws of Australia and the other pledges you make to make a citizen. The things that they will be considering while making the decision will be: any recorded criminal convictions, obligations you may have to a court in Australia or overseas, your association with people of concern, incidents of reported domestic violence, whether you have been honest in your dealings with the Australian community, including providing false or misleading information in relation to a visa or citizenship application. Just because you have a criminal record, or if immigration has concerns regarding some of the other aspects, doesn't mean you will be refused citizenship, as each application is assessed based on individual circumstances of the applicant. Because the department will be thoroughly checking your visa history, And if they uncover any details that you are dishonest in any of your past applications, then it may not just result in your citizenship application being refused, but also your permanent residency being cancelled. So you may want to avoid this if there are any wrongdoings or inconsistencies in past applications. One of the final parts of the process will be the citizenship test and interview. During the test, you will need to demonstrate your English skills, knowledge of Australia, and of Australian benefits and customs. The test is made up of 20 questions, and you will need to answer at least 75% of the questions correctly. All of this information can be found in a free ebook, Australian Citizenship, our common bond, provided by the department. We have provided the link for the ebook in the description. So now that we have gone through the general requirements and how you can apply, we will be going through some of the benefits of obtaining citizenship compared to being a permanent resident. Some of the main differences between being a citizen and being a PR are that as a citizen, you have automatic right of entry to Australia, whereas with permanent resident, you must still have a valid travel authority to enter, and by becoming a citizen allows you to vote, which you cannot do with permanent resident. Most importantly, as a citizen, you are exempt from being deported. There are a fair amount of added benefits that come with citizenship as well, such as being able to apply for citizenship for your child even if they are born overseas, being able to apply for a job in the Australian Public Service or in the Australian Defence Force, seek election to Parliament, and ask for assistance from Australian embassies overseas. All of these benefits are great, but along with these benefits, there are also certain responsibilities that as an Australian citizen, you must do. As a citizen, voting in elections is mandatory and can be punishable by a fine if you do not provide a reason. In emergency situations, you will be required to defend Australia should the need arises, and you will have to serve on jury duty if called to do so. Be aware as well that Australia allows you to have dual citizenship. But if your birth country does not allow it, you may have to forfeit your citizenship from that country. So, is it worth getting citizenship if you are a PR? Well, as you can see, there are plenty of added benefits that come with citizenship. But most of all, it will beyond any doubt cement your status and that of your children and future generations in Australia. Well, that's all for now. Obviously, we can't go through every little detail involved in the process, but don't fear, we are there to answer any questions and are ready to assist you with your citizenship application. You can find our contact details in the description and in the comments, so feel free to send an email or call with an inquiry, and our advisors will be there for all your visa needs. ONEderland Consulting is here to help you. As always, thank you for watching.